Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kara here with another Exos Heroes video. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down the new patch. So this is going to be a long one. So strap in. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't want this thing to take forever. So let's just get right into it and talk about it. Well, let's break it down. There's going to be a lot of new characters. There's going to be a whole new section of the map. We got like a whole bunch of, there's cosmetic changes. There's new ways to upgrade characters. There's just so much to talk about. So let's get into it. Okay. First thing. It's to be announced on the maintenance time. Hopefully it's not this crazy long one. Usually, this is probably the game. I'm happy with the amount of patches they're doing, but the time it takes them to do maintenance is actually pretty crazy. I don't think I've ever been a part of a game that's so consistently needing like 6-7 hours for maintenance. But they're doing the important thing, which is providing content in a very timely manner. Okay. So then we got a new update to the story. So this is them explaining that. New story is revealed in chapter 11, which is awesome. I thought the story was something that was actually pretty good. I like the content. I like that it really kind of eased you into the game. I didn't really pay attention to too much of the story. So it's not like I was just surprised that they had that with like full voice actors, all that. It was kind of unexpected, but I don't know if the only other gacha game I played is Raid Shadow Legends, so I don't know if that's unusual, but I thought it was kind of cool. Okay, so the nation of Brun is located south of North Von Frosty, west, so it's going to be, south and to the left. Let's talk about the good stuff. So the first thing is going to be the expansion of the account level. The maximum account level will be extended from 55 to 60. You're going to earn 10 additional national recruiting tickets when you reach the maximum level. A national recruiting ticket is a commodity that can be used in national recruitment. And there's going to be new heroes finally. New heroes instead of just new Fatecores, it's finally actually new heroes. I'm probably going to butcher these names though, but new heroes in new episodes will be updated. The main key heroes in the new story are Dorka, Naomi, and Clock. The 6 types of Brun Elite will be added in the recruitment. For 2.0, this is the first season to update. Dorka, Naomi, and Clock will be added. Naomi's bodyguard, the first. Okay, so here, this is just talking about her. This is Naomi. Let's look at her kit really quick, see if she's actually any good. So she has the focus shot passive, which is very similar to Rara. So you're going to have less than the really kind of on the higher end of attack, but not the highest end of attack, low defense, high speed, high dodge. Those are going to be the kind of things you can expect with this character. And then has Grace of Mana, which is over time effect grants 1 mana permanently to all allies, which is pretty crazy instead of just back row or front row. I wonder if it actually combines with, let's see, if a Rachel, does that mean your back row have 2 mana for the rest of the battle, or if it kind of stacks it? It is its own separate passive, so I think it does, but we'll have to test it. Everything in this game you got to test. You can't just read it and take it at face value because there's so many weird situations. But okay, so next is going to be Soul Bond. Grants allies with less attack than self with the Soul Bond mark and heals 30% of missing health every turn. Reduces magic damage taken by 30%. So that's absolutely insane. I'm just trying to think. This is going to be so good on tanks. This is crazy. Yeah, Soul Bond is nuts. And it grants allies with less attack than... So good. Imagine that with like a Loom. It'd be really annoying. She's already healing like all block tanks where they always heal themselves anyway. And then FC Loom specifically has a lot other ways of healing herself too. Like Digos would be another one that's going to be really frustrating. I think there's another one down here that also gets their own synergy with Soul Bond and as a tank, like a block tank. Really good. And then, yeah, I feel like this is like a way more fair version of Bathory. The other, just Tranquil, just can't die, versus here, this is just heals 30% of missing health every turn. I like that more. Even though that could, depending on how tanky the characters are, could be even more impressive. Okay. And then active 1, which is heals 63% damage to all enemies and then inflicts them with bleed. Depending on her typing, does it show her typing? It's just gonna be nice for like breaking stones with her. And then lastly, it's gonna be deals 367% piercing damage to one enemy. I believe that's the highest piercing damage modifier in the game. Um, I also believe if it was a burst move, they would say it. I'm not for sure on that. Um, but it looks very good. Going to do a lot of damage. Main thing I like is the passive, especially for like PvE content. That could be also really good for the dragon. It's just absolutely nuts passive. Like both of Grace of Mana and Soulbound is just insane. Okay. Then next we have, I believe that was Naomi. Then who's this chick? Is this Clock? Can't tell the. Okay, it looks like Clock. This one is Naomi, and then this one is like Dorka. It's like Dorka, Naomi, Clock. I believe that's what they are. Okay. So the next we got. I'm skipping over the lore stuff. I just want to break down their kit. Okay, so she's gonna have direct synergy. So we got a block character going to. This is, like I was talking about earlier, the heal over time heals 20% of the attack every turn for 5 turns. When drops below 30%, and then has rigid body, becomes immune to damage from sheer health if affected with soul bond, and then deals 375% damage to one enemy as just the A1, and then requires 2 mana, and then 3 mana, increases own maximum health by 37% for 8 turns, and then increases own defense by 37% for 8 turns. Their health with all allies for 16. I believe that's going to scale with her level. So this should be base since she's fated level 75. So I believe this is going to go up a bit when you level her up to like level like 90 around there. It's going to slowly go up a couple of percentage points. I believe. I think that's what happens with Digas. He just usually defense modifiers. If it was like a shield modifier, those don't go up. But I've seen attack ones go up, defense ones goes up. Like this increased health ones. I believe Degas's goes up, or that could just be the difference between the Fatecore, but almost positive this defense one will. I think this character is actually really good. The combination's obviously really good. Block tank with becomes immune to damage from sheer health, so it's going to make her incredible. Like actually make everyone else significantly more tanky. I think the combination of this passive plus this is you're going to share the health, and then I want to see it in action, but being immune to damage from that portion is going to mitigate so much damage for the rest of your team that like Big A Weasley going far in the dragon. If you pull her in the combination with the main chick, like the general of this faction, is going to be pretty crazy. Mana absorb 3. I don't like this passive. Whenever this passive happens, they're super slow characters from this. I believe that this is like the slowest, either block characters or mana absorb characters are the slowest characters in the game by about 1 speed. The special part of it is going to be the mana or the absorb soul heals 100% of all damage from damage over time effect on all enemies if affected with soul bond, and then deals 300% damage to one enemy, and then all deals 89% damage to all enemies, and then over time corrodes target, dealing 39% damage every turn for 3 turns. Not crazy sold on this guy. I think it would be very good in for challenges. If you're struggling with challenges, whatever type this guy is, he's going to be good for that. But maybe the combination would be pretty good. I think both of these characters are good. The two I'm actually excited for is the main chick and her the share health block teammate. And then next we have Valentina. Looking over a kit, I'm glad that this is the direction they went. I was really worried that they were going to also make a wet fog passive for her as well. Based on like last grouping of gold fake cores, the Rara was significantly better than Xeon, so I was really hoping she wasn't going to be like significantly better than Iris. I usually don't try to speculate with any of this stuff. I just wait for it to happen. But I was a little worried that she was going to be really stupid good. You need to pull her kind of thing. There has been a lot of bad ones in succession, so they didn't really try to force your hand here. They did a really good job with the Lepin refunding, where they refunded it. Had a couple, bad characters as well. They didn't like try to drop her in the week where we had to wait for the refund. I think they've handled this well. Also, they've made sure that she's very good, especially if you have Shifrakin with her. She's okay if you don't, but if Shifrakin in combination with her, I think she's actually pretty crazy. So she has the Absorb passive, like I was saying earlier, a very slow character. She also has the Summer's Blessing, which is, as it's pretty solid, just stops one AoE from Bathory. But then as a 1 mana and a 3 mana, her A1, 150% damage to one character, over time afflicts target with Frostbite, dealing 92% damage every turn for 2 turns. And then Contempt, mana burn, 10 mana, all enemies afflicted with Fear of the Abyss if the target is afflicted with Fear of the Abyss, and bind all enemies for 3 turns. I believe bind is in the battle guide, and that stops mana gain for 7 turns. So you're not only wiping out all their mana, but you're preventing mana growth or mana gain as well for 7 turns, which is pretty crazy. And then lastly, her A2, it deals 525% damage to one enemy. And then mana burn, the 10 mana, all enemies with Fear of the Abyss if the target is afflicted with Fear of the Abyss, and bind all enemies for 7 turns. The exact same passive on both moves. Pretty scary kit here, especially I feel like she would just like replace Iris. I'm thinking I'm just really glad she doesn't have Wet Fog. I'm glad that Wet Fog is specifically Iris. She has a very unique use. It seems way more targeted. Also kind of a bummer for people that don't have Shifrakin. Like myself, I've never pulled him, so kind of useless for me until I actually pull Shifrakin. I've been trying to do the recruitment where you're like, or the scouting, and scouting is like the worst thing ever. It's going to take, I feel like it's going to take me like 4 months if I was just actively playing to finally get Shifrakin. So unless I pull him, it's just never going to happen for a very long time when it comes to like if I wanted to try to get Shifrakin. But I think this combination is very good. I want to try. I would love to be able to try this character out and see the combinations. Seeing it on paper, my concern is that since she's a mana absorb character, she's just very slow, especially when you're facing her when she's on AI. If you just focus her down, since she's going to go last out of everyone, you can focus her down and make sure she's dead before she actually wipes out all your mana. But she's like a ticky time bomb that all it takes is just one move, and then you're completely out of mana for quite a while. And this meta is just so fast that damage is not really an issue. So I think she is good, especially if you're controlling it on an offense perspective. I don't think she's going to replace the meta team. I think the meta team handles this, especially when you're on offense. So she's going to be like an amazing, well, and then it would be like hard to say amazing on tag maybe, because a lot of people like will take their Shifrakin out, maybe put someone in not as good because it's tag, so they're spreading out the roster. I think especially if you have Shifrakin, definitely pull for this character, but unless I'm just crazy, like this is not like a must pull gold Fatecore, which is kind of nice. Like I think she's a very PvE focused character that doesn't necessarily take over the meta. Maybe I'm wrong here, but thinking of how the meta is now, I think she just dies before she does anything. That's my guess. Especially if you have Shifrakin, I mean, I think she just dies. So, if she was a cleanse character, like if she had the same speed as Iris, like then she'd be terrifying, because then she would go fourth or fifth and wipe out all your mana, and you can't even follow up 7 turns. Is it's game over there. But yeah, I think for a character that's a gold Fatecore that's very PvP focused, not being able to take over the meta means she's not like a mandatory pull, in my opinion. Okay, and then this is just all explaining the typical stuff when it comes to Fatecore or the Fatecore increased rates. Let's go to more content. So here we go. We got Awaken Hero. Awaken Hero is a system. This is interesting to me. I'm wondering. Okay, so Awaken Hero. I think this is very interesting. Okay, Awaken Hero. All right, okay, let's talk about actual new content. We got all the characters out of the way. Let's talk about the new content that they're bringing with this patch. Okay, so Awaken Hero. Awaken Hero is a system that is a content. Is it content that consumes the defensive parts that the hero is equipped, thus giving additional ability and awakening bonus effects. Awaken Hero content requires five fate rated defense is above 60 and 6 stars 5 enchantment hero. 6 stars 5 enchantment hero. So that just means when I first read this, I thought it was like the new transcending thing, but it just means that you're gonna have a level like a typical fully enhance them, but then have 5 defense pieces. Kind of they're saying kind of confusing because they're saying it's requires 5 fate rated defenses above level 60. But then you see like offensive weapon parts. So it's just like a normal set. It's like the 5 piece of the gear, not the weapon. So I see what they're saying. I think it's kind of the picture helps for sure, especially anything that they're actually trying to type into English. Okay. Equipment, Guardian Sunset effect, and Awakening bonus effect are given according to additional capability. In the process of Awaken Hero, the phase 1 is increased. Okay. So then Awaken bonus effect by Equipment Guardian Stone set effect. So this kind of stuff kind of worries me because it's like it looks like when you put the pieces of gear on the character, it like changes their set. It's like a permanent change to a character. So it looks like Awakening bonus effect by Equipment Guardian Stone set effect. Okay, so Guardian Stone set. So if you have flame, if you give her if you have a 2 set of flame, like a 2 set fire, you're gonna the awaken bonus after you crush this. You're crushing the gear into the character. Here, let's just keep reading to make sure if we understand this. So a hero with additional awakening stage can only wear ranked equipment. The access growth figures of the faded rated armor will be returned as material by value. Polish equipment. If the level of the equipment used in the Awakening Hero content is 60 levels or higher, it will be returned as material and gold. The materials consumed from the equipment level 60 to that level is returned with a God's common abrasive and gold. Special forging. If special forging has been carried out on equipment used for Awakened Hero, fate rated equipment and gold will be returned. Please refer to the below list for the return materials. Okay, so then, if you actually did the special forging where you level up a piece of gear to 60, and then you level up another piece to 60, and then crush it in to make sure that thing goes to level 62 and then 64, and so on and so forth, you're going to get a lot. You're going to get pieces of gear back for it. I don't know. I feel like they have all this stuff in here. It's almost like they had a system in place and then they reconsidered it halfway, and they're like, okay, hold on, we got to give stuff back for these people. It's just kind of a weird system, like crushing gear into a character and then now they're like permanently changed. It's been making me, like the aura mana stuff, it's been making me not want to use aura mana, even though they're giving it all back. It's like, you're going to crush gear into it. It's kind of hard to want to min-max gear. And I'm kind of glad that I've held back a little bit because this is what's going on. And then if enhance has been carried out on equipment used for Awaken Hero, aura mana and gold will be returned. So then if you've been using a lot of aura mana, especially on one piece multiple times, they're going to give it all back. The equipment that has been reinforced more than 11 times. Okay, so that's just if you went crazy on one piece of gear, you'll get that specific amount back. And then 12 times will be returned as follows. And then they just have a formula based, I believe, on every single time you went forward. Okay, so then the new armors will be added. Only the Awakened Hero can be wearing the new armor. That has like the rank 1. The rank item has a different Guardian Stone effect from the existing equipment. The rank item is only available. Okay, the rank item has a different Guardian Stone effect from the existing equipment. The rank item is only available in rare, legendary, and fated rated. The 2.0 update will only include helmet and armor. So it sounds like helmet and armor. Just 2 pieces? Are they just adding 2? Helmet and armor. Huh. Okay. rank item armor, accessories, boots will be added through further updates. Okay. And so then it looks like it's a whole bunch of 2 pieces. So it looks like meta is just going to be like what machine and flame because it's only 2-piece stuff. Okay. So if you rank 1 equipment Guardian Sun effect, you'll have the existing Guardian Sun effect. The rank item can be attained at the solar trade route, lunar trade route, Fedora creation, airship forge, and exchange. Okay. Let's finish. Let's talk about this really quick. I think there's a lot to unpack here. It looks like what's going to happen is based on the gear you use. So like, let's say you take a 6-set frost in there, you're going to get the block, the 390 block. But then if you had a 2-piece of the new stuff, you're going to keep the block because you just crushed that gear into your character. And then let's say you got a helmet and a chest. Now you'll have 175 defense added. And if you get the 6-piece for Frost, you'll have 700 defense plus all that block that you added on initially. It's just going to require you to get the new gear. I'm just wondering what happened. Like, do you have to make a permanent decision here? Like look at this. So he's putting in and it costs Holy Water of the Universes. Of course it does. Okay. He's putting in a 2-piece fire set and then a 3-piece frost. And then it's increasing combat power by a ton, increasing the attack by a ton, increasing defense by a ton, and then HP by a ton. So it's kind of, that's around the similar stats that I have for my characters now with the gear. And then also increasing the HP. So you're crushing this stuff in here. Okay, so yeah, the 2-piece fire gives them 750 health, and then the defense 3-set of for Frost is giving 175 defense right there. I feel like because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you replace it? I wonder if you replace a faded piece of gear with Holy Waters, or you always use Holy Waters, because then how would you ever get 6-piece set bonuses? Like, let's say if I wanted 2,000 health and 12 dodge, I mean, like, this is only 5 pieces. So is the Holy Waters just replacing it because he's only doing a 3-piece and a 2-piece? That's confusing. Okay, so then looks like a lot of these are health based. I wonder what the best one is. The dodge looks really good. The hit, I almost want to give the hit to casters. Casters miss all the damn time. Like Bathory, people like Bathory, Magi, and stuff like that. They always miss. It's so stupid. Whereas defense, like the dodge would be really good. Like these light set, put the defense in dodge. Or darkness set. Like the darkness set's crazy. It's just it makes no sense. The darkness set is objectively better, but I guess you can get away with. You can go like three light. Maybe they just wanted more combos. But like, look at this. The darkness set is 500 defense and 12 dodge, whereas the light set for the 6-piece is 200 defense and 12 dodge. Like, why would they do that? That makes no sense unless you just you have to. If you have light gear, you have to change it. Even if you want this, you always go darkness. Like this seems cool that they're adding more stuff into the game, but at the same time, it doesn't seem very well thought out. I don't know. I'm not sold yet. I need to see it. All right. So now that we just covered Awakened Hero, let's talk about the new thing that's coming out, which is Signature Force. Signature Force is a system in which you can enhance heroes from the same country by using the country's representative hero. By using each country's representative hero as a material, you can apply buffs, extra element, damage, and ability boosts to the heroes from the same country. The enhancement from Signature Force will be applied according to the list from Dora Creation, Country Recruit Hero. So add machine damage, looks like needed material. So is this another way of transcending? So you pull a character and like, look at how much it adds so much, but that's a pretty crazy requirement. If so have Dorka at or higher than 1 transcendence. So you would have to transcend 1 and then use that as the actual material. It sounds like a lot to do that. the effects are crazy, but that means you had to have pulled Dorka twice and still want to have Dorka, then upgrade her. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that, but that looks crazy. Okay, but like look at the enhancement levels. Okay, so from 1 deals extra elemental damage. Elements differ according to the country. 2, when more than 2 heroes from the corresponding country are joining a team, the hero's attack, defense, and health are increased by 15%. Specific heroes from the corresponding country will get following boosts: defense increased by 400, health increased by 1600. And then enhancement level 1-4, specific heroes from the corresponding country will get the following boost: defense increased by 400, health increased by 1600. You're getting a massive, that's 800 defense, 3200 health. And then 2-1, when more than 3 heroes from the corresponding country are joining the team, heroes' attack, defense, and health are increased by 30%. Deals extra elemental damage. Differ by country. Specific heroes from the corresponding country in the following. It's a very similar thing. The 400 defense, 1600 health, 400 defense, 1600 health. A massive stat boost from doing this. I'm just curious. I need to see exactly if it's worth it, depending on what characters they're wanting for you to give up. I think this is like a really extreme version of transcending characters. It's like transcending the whole faction, I guess. Okay. For detailed conditions and effects of Signature Force, please check. Okay, so they're gonna put it in game. For an update, will only open Esoteric Republic, North Von Frosty, and Brun Signature Force up to enhanced level 2. Account buff, consolidation information update. Okay, so now we're on to the next thing. This is another thing that they're covering. The buff information system can check the information that is reflected on your account. Oh, okay, this is still similar. This is the account buff that it's from Signature Force, Core Memory, and Blue Fatecore. Oh, this is cool. This is a nice quality of life change for all 3 of those things. Okay. The buff system can check the application information for Signature Force, Core Memory, and Blue Rated Fatecore. The system information button is created in the lower left corner of the airship village and world. And then now this is, I already read this earlier, but this is the die. This is like essentially skins. It's you need, it's a consumable resource that you get. You probably pay for it, or you get it passively through the game, and then you can change parts of the character. For example, like her, it looks like there's 3 parts of her outfit you can modify, and then it becomes like a random color. I think that's cool. I always like skins, like League of Legends. I've always had them. More customability, the better. It doesn't hurt anything, and if it's not like it's impacting the game, you have to buy it to progress. So totally up to you guys if you guys want to get it. Okay, and then now country recruit update. Here's another thing. Country-based hero chance up recruit has been added. Chance up hero will be rotated daily. The chance increases with, don't know how to pronounce that. It changes the nation every day. National recruitment can be carried out using national acquisition tickets. If you select a nation that is not in progress, you will consume ZES. You can get a special fated hero selection ticket as a mileage reward of country recruit. Probably takes, like, look at this mileage. 150 for level 1, 270 for level 2, 390 for level 3. You can earn rewards each time you fill the mileage stage. Mileage will be accumulated according to recruit ticket used. Mileage is reset monthly. Okay, I like that mileage is reset monthly, so you can really build up to something good. I believe this is probably tiers of, like, how they have levels of fated characters. I bet this is like, here's just like the generic easy to pull, like Mahar, Baelish level. Here's like Rudely level, like good characters that you would want on your selector, and then the final is probably like generals. And so then they added more new missions. New mission content has been added. Missions will be initialized every 4 weeks. That's kind of nice. There's a lot of good potential rewards here. I like that they're adding more ways to get moves, even though literally the only way to get moves is to use moves. I don't know. We'll have to see if these are actually like complete hero enhanced. It seems like all these, you get these just by having to use the materials in the first place. So I don't know how I feel about that. Clear each mission to get rewards. You can get the final reward once you clear all the missions. Missions will be initialized every 4 weeks, and you can challenge them once again. monthly season mission will be available after clearing main story 12 or 10-12. And then they added a lot more to core memory. Here's another thing that they added that I really like. Core memory is really encouraging you. You get to take advantage of a lot of the good pulls out of your air squadron. So hopefully, people in your air squadron have pulled the same character multiple times, and then you can use that in your core memory. If you guys are not familiar, there's 3 characters in a pairing, and then if you have one version of them, like one fuse, that's 5%. If you have all 3 of them fusion 3, that's going to be 15%, and then if you have all 3 of them fusion 5, it's going to be 30% increased stats, from attack, defense, and health. But you get to use your air squadron's characters as well, because first of all, just getting a 5 fusion is just absolutely nuts, let alone 3 of them. So of course they're gonna let you use your air squadron for that. Okay, and then now we got updates to the solar and lunar trade route. They're adding a new difficulty. Lunatic has been added to solar and lunar trade route. You can get the following equipment and materials from lunatic difficulty: normal equipment, rare and faded weapon and armor, rank 1 equipment, rare helmet and armor, and then material, star crystal, don't know what that is, star of fate, equipment, polished materials, and equipment forged materials. Lunatic difficulty will be unlocked after clearing main story 11-12 and solar lunar trade route special difficulty. Star crystal is used for door creation, rank 1. Okay, so this is going to be the new version of being able to roll for faded gear. This is rolling for rank 1 faded gear. And then door to creation craft book update. The door to creation craft book for new heroes and equipment has been added. They added the Brawn recruit for solar seals. That makes sense. The faded equipment, helmet, armor, gloves, accessories, boots. Rare to faded equipment that corresponds to each craft book attainable, 5-star fates. And then rank 1 equipment is going to be for a rare to faded rank 1 equipment that corresponds to each craft book obtainable, 5-star fate, 5-star crystal. So it looks like you combine the 2. I bet it takes both. And then, they added something to exchange. The exchange is kind of, I don't really use the exchange too much. Okay, according to a character awaken and rank equipment update, we have modified several lists from the exchange. Now on, faded armors and rank 1 equipment, helmet and armor will appear on the exchange. Okay, this change will be applied once you clear the main story. I wonder how much it's going to cost, but that's kind of nice that it's in the exchange. Hero Battle update. Hero Battle, you'll be able to change Sharpay. Good character. If you don't have her, definitely grab her from the Hero update. That was a long one. Thanks for sticking with me. If you made it this far, I think overall, my thoughts about this patch, I think it's pretty good. I think my only concern is that they've been really focused on increasing the character's progression more so than actual giving us content that needs all these resources. Maybe I'm speaking from my own perspective a little too much just because I have a lot of the good characters, so I don't feel the need to have all these increased stats. The only part of the content in the game that feels like all these stats would actually make a difference is currently in the new campaign. I think the harder version of the campaign is crazy hard, and maybe having extra 400 defense and extra all this health would actually make it to where I feel like you have a fair shot without Bathory. I'm just getting one shot, even with full faded gear, level 60 stuff on like an Illum, just getting melted. So that's the only content so far that I feel like actually takes advantage of this. Currently, the Holy Dragon Grounds is something that actually can take advantage of this, make it it's definitely passable now to get to the stage 4, but stage 4, you just pretty much die instantly unless stage 4, you pretty much just die instantly. And you're gonna have to bring characters that can cleanse or their machine sets, and you die in a few rounds regardless. So that there is some parts of this game that actually take advantage of all these new things, but I really want them to have more things in the game that is this kind of really hard thing to work forward to, instead of just making it this arms race for PvP, because that's not fun for like 90% of people. The PvP is just kind of, even at this point with significantly less ways to progress, there's already a massive disparity between a lot of people. So that's kind of my concern, but overall, I'm really happy that they're adding so much to this game at a very quick pace. Raid would never even been close to this, so I think that's really cool. But let me know down what you guys think in the comments below. Are you guys still going to be pulling for Valentina now that she's kind of a niche character? Still very good, but you're going to need Shifraken, and she's still, even with Shifraken, not this massive game changer that Iris was, for example. So, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and peace.